Why is my camera all wonky? Why is my camera all wonky? Hello from the Yarn Closet in Southern Arizona. I'm doing this live in hopes that it will upload for me. Yeah, I'm doing this live in hopes that it'll upload for me. I am still the Yarn Closet on Patreon. I'm still Yarn Closet AZ on Instagram. And there may be some Reiki at the end of this, but it's my knitting podcast. I have 3 podcasts that have not uploaded because they are 30 minutes or longer. And we just don't have a lot of internet options. I've tried hotspots, I've tried all kinds of stuff. So I'm doing the best I can. I may start to upload podcasts that fail onto Patreon and just see what happens. Just see what happens, right? Right? We went on a family vacation to a dude ranch in Tombstone, Arizona. So I have not made a lot of progress on this. It's going to be, boat neck, which was my favorite. Probably a little on the short side and maybe not quite wide enough, because isn't that how it always works? So I'm almost done with the second panel, and then I'll do the knitting on the bottom for the ribbing. It's crocheted and ribbing combo. I also have a blanket I'm going to try to make on LK 100 before Sunday. We'll see how that goes, because I've got a family birthday. I don't know that the person I'm making for would actually appreciate it. So I don't know how much I'm going to actually try, but I think her children would appreciate it. So it's kind of that hard thing. And let me grab this. One of the things I was able to accomplish in my time at the Dude Ranch, because we had a lot of kids getting on horses, kids not wanting to stay on horses, husbands being very ornery that this is not fun at all and this is not a well-maintained place and yada, 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 yada. So I got this to this stage. I'm doing a split hem. I believe this is going to be the front hem. I'm working on the sleeve. I want to finish that. Get the other sleeve done. I may end up redoing the cast on edge here and tightening it, or just crocheting another edge around to tighten it. It was very loosey-goosey. But I believe I will be able to do this. It's been so cold this year. I mean, it was even freezing when we were at the Dude Ranch, and raining, and it's a little tight because my needles in the back are kind of tight. But yeah, I think that this is a good length. And of course, once I block it, this is Maritime Family Fiber, which is about $7 a skein. It's in a worsted. I've been using 6.5 on the ribbing and 8mm needles. And it's just worked up really fast. I mean, I've only been working on it maybe 2 weeks. And if I don't know, this is going to be a busy week, but I might also have some busy downtime, waiting at dentist's office and stuff. So I might get it done this week or the following week. But for me to get a sweater done in 4 to 6 weeks is really fast. I just did a number on my nails while we were gone and haven't really fixed them. But I think it'll be comfortable. I do like a wider neck. I just think it's going to get too loose once it's blocked. So if I can do something, I'm going to try to crochet something to just tighten the edge a bit. But I do kind of like where it's landing. And I'm going to try to do this sleeve in the same without decreases down to about the wrist space and then really cinch in. So if I have to go to like a 4mm needle to do some ribbing for the cuff, so it's a little balloony, but with an actual ribbed cuff, I might do that. Because I hate decreasing on sleeves, but I want to start making some sweater looking sweaters. Not with funky architecture, but that I'll actually wear. And if we are here for the next few years, apparently it's really cold here in the winter. It really bums me out. I miss my podcast. I miss doing my podcast. I don't have a clue. I'm doing really well with Vimeo right now in uploading to Patreon. Yeah, this just needs some shaping, but I don't want to go in right now because I want to let it get a little bit longer. And if I shampoo it and if I get it really wet and like do it, then it's okay. Spring has sprung. Spring has sprung. We're almost done with spring break. I have a really busy week this next week. It was raining and wet the day we came home. So of course, being blind, I walk in and all I can do is smell the animals. And I'm thinking, oh, dog sitter didn't get Mitzi to actually go outside because that was pretty strong. And I can tell the difference between dogs and cats. So at some point here this week, I will maybe even dump all of our litter, scrub all of the litter boxes, and like start over and see if that helps. And it may help for the other people. I don't know that it'll help for me. I have carpet cleaners I called, and they'll be here on the 30th. But the last time we got the carpet clean, that really didn't help that much. But he was a local guy, and I don't know. I just don't know. Because I'd completely emptied the room out so he could get every inch of it. And apparently the animal in that room before us was also pooping and peeing. So I think that there's just a lot of stuff maybe seeped in behind the trim at the bottom. Just more than I can deal with at this time. And today a very sad thing happened. Our rescue, Scotty, who is a Fox Terrier Chihuahua mix, was relinquished back to the rescue. She had a person lined up for him, and hopefully that'll turn into a full-time, but it's like a foster to adopt, so they're gonna give him a shot. He just went with no care. I don't think he was actually all that bonded to us. He's completely deaf, and when our cats would shoot by him really fast, because they're so light-footed, but then when they get close, he'd see it and he'd attack, because he's a Fox Terrier mix and they're hunters. So I just think the chaos was not good. We got home from vacation. We were only gone 2 nights. The dog sitter was like, he was running after the cats the whole time. And a couple hours after we were home, all of a sudden he took off after Mitzi. And he normally plays with Mitzi. So I don't know what the deal was, and I'm not blaming the dog sitter. Because I think this has been building. I talked to my daughter. She proved hugely strong while we were gone. And she realized that Chip, our other small dog, didn't really like him. And he would do things like jump right on Chip, like jump on the bed right on top of the other dog. He doesn't look to be deaf, or blind, just deaf. So I never knew quite why he would do that. And he's only been gone maybe 6 hours. the house has already come down in stress. The other two dogs can go in and out, even into unfenced areas, because they will come back when you call them. So my husband oftentimes will go out and have a cigarette or something, and they'll just go out with him, enjoy their freedom, come back in, and I like getting the house into a more Zen state, although that is a crazy word to use with my family because my husband is nowhere near Zen. He's whatever the opposite of that is. And so whatever ways we have to tweak things at times, we have to tweak them. And this just was not, that poor dog was so stressed out. And just, you could just tell he was on edge. So I feel guilty. But when you adopt with a rescue, they have you sign papers, and it says if you get to a point where you feel your home is no longer the best suited for this animal due to any circumstance, you call us. I called her. I talked to her. I explained it. I said, you didn't know when we took him on that he was deaf. You know, he's a very nice dog. And she's like, no, it's absolutely the right call to make and the right thing for the animal. So I just want to constantly be hugging my daughter today, but she's holding strong, and so I'm letting her because I know it upsets her. Not because she played with him a lot or always had to be with him, but just the idea of it. She's not as attached to our animals as she thinks she is. Connor gets very attached to one or two cats, very attached. He's not really attached to the dogs. He loves Chip because we've had Chip since he was 3. Or 3, a long time. I did really good on the vacation in the knitting. I mean, I really made a huge, I got so much done. I'm so excited, and I don't want to lose that momentum. So hopefully the rest of this week, when I'm at doctor's appointments and stuff, I'll just keep pushing through. I need to start being more monogamous in my projects to get them through completion and not feel so scattered. I think when you're a knitter or crocheter, it's not just the look of your room, because my rooms are always tidy, but it's how many whips do I have going on that can really impact us emotionally. And I'm trying very hard to be aware of my emotional impact for myself, my family, whatever. I'm trying to have a really healthy 2023. I've been staying really good at the no buy thing. I mean, I bought a pair of pants because I outgrew one size of my pants and I needed them. It took buying 3 pairs of pants to get to that one, but I can't just go shopping. I've had to buy some clothes for the kids because they're outgrowing so fast. The winter stuff my daughter got, she's already outgrown. I mean, I'm going to be donating most of it to the cousins and trying to grab a couple of sweatshirts just to make it through the summer. I'm hoping her swimsuits make it through. And now I'm hoping that this live will post. So look with your heart first, not your eyes. And I'll post a short if I start sending things over to Patreon.